Langston Hughes was born February 1st, 1901 or 1902, pending on which birth record is reviewed. Thanks to his grandmother, who introduced Hughes to literature, he found it as a refuge from racial segregation. He then became a powerful voice as a poet, writer, social activist, and an important figure in the Harlem Renaissance. A period of time from 1918 to 1937 considered the foundational period of African American music, art, literature, as well as the culture of Harlem, New York. He often wrote about the African American experience with a few of his most lauded poems. I Too becoming the literary anthem about the need for racial equality. Mother to Son, a piece about a mother telling her son about the struggles in life as an African American, and Harlem, expressing what happens to dreams when people delay acting upon them. He passed away on May 22, 1967, though his legacy remains what we celebrate as a part of Black American history.
Welcome back to Today in History. I'm your host, Clayton Schneider. Today, February 24th, in 2022, Ukraine got invaded by Russia under false claims of removing neo-Nazis. They had been building up troops for many weeks leading up to this invasion. In 1976, Fidel Castro adopted the Cuban Constitution, which mandated one political party, the Communist Party of Cuba. That's been Today in History, and I'll see you next time.
Have you lost anything recently? If so, come down to the Lost and Found in the main office. You only have till Tuesday, February 28th to get your lost items before they are donated or thrown away. So come ASAP.
My favorite school lunch is a cheesy chicken pasta bake.
The Mexican bowl.
The APS Chipotle bowl.
My favorite is the Chipotle bowl, by far the best thing they ever had.
The bowl line, and I really like the Chipotle one.
My favorite school lunch is the fried chicken.
The pasta.
Just mac and cheese.
The salad bar. I like the noodle salad there.
My favorite school lunch is the Mexican bowl.
What do these paintings mean to you? These paintings are examples of what is commonly referred to as modern art. Colloquially, it is common for any art that does not display skill in the way of the Renaissance or Impressionists to be called modern art. Now, look at these squares. Do they mean anything to you now? If you're not big into modern pop music, maybe not. But if you waited for hours in a Ticketmaster queue, to you, each of these colors represent an era of Taylor Swift. Throughout your life and experiences and your taste in music, you'd assign meaning to these arbitrary colors. Let's look at the other squares again. Do they mean anything to you now? Maybe so, maybe not. I guess some squares have meaning and some don't.
The novel by a similar name, this week's Knock at the Cabin delivers a perilous tale of a family met on their vacation in the remote woods and faced with a terrible choice, sacrifice one of their own or face the responsibility of the destruction of the entire world in biblical apocalyptic fashion. Directed by M. Night Shyamalan, Knock at the Cabin pits faith against reason, and its message of putting devotion towards religion over all aspects of life is certainly not what we expected going into a Shyamalan-directed home invasion thriller. Sadly, despite its unique setup, Knock at the Cabin fails to be engaging or remotely impactful. Even with its star cast and convincing performances from Dave Bautista, who completely steals the show, Knock at the Cabin is unable to rely on its plot as it's simply trivial, predictable, and unconvincing. Retconning the ending of the book for one containing no ambiguity whatsoever and an unsatisfying death, we would not recommend watching Knock at the Cabin in theaters. However, there are enjoyable parts to the film, and this might be one you could enjoy watching on an airplane one day. 5 out of 10.